Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be. This is Alan Gibson and
Joe. I'll let you insert the word after Joe.
Joe Broadfoot of various bits and pieces.
Various ESP soccer, not related to ESPN at all, because I dropped the N. It was my move.
Joe would usually say, "Hello, Gooners."
Yeah, but I can't. You've forbidden me to do that.
Well,
so.
We're not talking to the Gooners today. We're talking to the fans of J.League around the world. So wherever you happen to be, howdy. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Look, wait. We've got stuff to do, and it's all about football.
It's all about football. This is Joe wearing his Kyoto
How do you do it the right way round? No, it's like that. Okay,
Kyoto Sanga shirt.
Kyoto Sanga used to be Kyoto Purple Sanga.
That's right, because they used to be purple, but they still are.
They still are.
Number 12, in case you didn't know, I'm sure you did if you're a follower of J.League, but number 12 is the 12th man. Not the 13th man, as was... let's not go into that.
Yeah.
So the 12th man, the fans are the 12th man, and I'm wearing my Naoki Matsuda shirt, Matsumoto Yamaga, number 3. As we record this, August the 4th, this is the anniversary of the death of Matsuda Naoki, a stalwart of the Japan national team, Yokohama F. Marinos, before that Yokohama Marinos. Naoki, to you. I know it's Coke Zero, I haven't got any champagne. Joe, you can show me the Asahi that you're drinking. Sponsors. So Matsuda Naoki, rest in peace.
All right, yes.
And on to the J-League. Let's run through the scores, shall we, Joe?
Okay, well, let's talk about the scores. First of all, most importantly, Gamba, one of our favourite teams. We shouldn't have any bias, but Gamba are pretty interesting to watch. Gamba beat Yokohama F. Marinos 2-0, Gamba being the home side. We saw Gamba the other day against Vissel, and pretty impressive, and have won, 5 in a row now? And free scoring, what with Patrick and Usami up front, and a strong defence. What could possibly go wrong for Gamba?
Gamba have indeed won 5 in a row, including the Emperor's Cup game against someone. 5-1, that wasn't a big start, and as you say, I think basically Gamba had a rough start to the season because they'd put too much stock in Usami, who came back from Bayern Munich, and Offenheim. In fact, I've just dropped a Usami shirt down the side here.
Oh, well, yeah, as you fetch that, what about Patrick? What a striker he is. I compared him the other day to a goal scoring Sonogo, and guess what happened? He started scoring for Arsenal. So
indeed.
So yeah, I'm so glad I made that comparison now. But Patrick, he's a sort of centre forward that a lot of English clubs would scream for, really.
Patrick is quite a find for Gamba. He sneaked in under the radar at Kawasaki Frontale and Vomfore Corfu. He didn't really impress that much, but Gamba have done it again, it seems. I think it's 5 goals in 3.5 games or something. He's a big boy, isn't he? We saw him close up, didn't he? He's got some impressive facial hair too. And he's another in the mould of Araujo, Magno Alves, Adriano, Barre, all these guys that Gamba pick up from either they grab them back from Brazil after they've already had experience in the J-League, or even from another team in the J-League, like, for example, Araujo came from Espos, Magno Alves came from Oita Trinita, and Adriano came from Cerezo Osaka. And basically, the Brazilians that Gamba grab, if they've had experience in the J-League, then they do extremely well. It seems that they realise what they've got to do to them, and they improve them. Whereas if they take guys directly from Brazil, probably through some agent or other, hello JSB, then
we'll come to that later.
then they just don't do so well. I mean, Lenz has got a lot to prove still. I don't know how long he'll last. Efson is already farmed out to Kamatamare Sanuki at the bottom of the J, I think, whatever, way down there.
Whatever number it is, yeah.
And but Patrick seems to be another one off the Gamba conveyor belt, and no doubt he'll end up in Qatar or Saudi Arabia sooner rather than later.
Well,
but
somebody's going to bid for him, I'm sure, if he carries on like this. If the scouts are watching him, that's why we did this kind of little JSoccer scouting mission. I did it mainly for Arsenal because I thought at the time perhaps we needed a new striker. Perhaps we needed a new goalkeeper. Obviously, somebody was signed, but the goalkeeper, I forgot his name now, but he's got a Gucci in it.
Higashi
Gucci. We met him, very friendly guy. He's very tall, but do you think he's kind of stocky enough to stand up to the rigours of Premier League football should a bid come in?
Did you notice the way Joe's sneakily bringing in Premier League football when we're supposed to be talking about Japanese football?
Yeah, I know, but there are links.
Yeah, Higashi Gucci is definitely one for the future. Gamba used to manage to win championships and ACLs. And then get relegated by scoring just a couple more goals than they let in. When Gamba got relegated a couple of years back, they actually, I think they were the top scorers in the division. Did you know that, Joe?
Well,
but they were also the second or third worst defence. And now they have a very good goalkeeper, a decent defence who are talking to each other. And that's the key for Gamba, I think, because if you look at the top two, Sagan Tosu and Urawa Reds, who are equal on top on 37 points, they've only let in 13 goals, Sagan Tosu, and 12 Urawa Reds. So a strong defence is the key to winning J1 this year, I think. But scoring a load of goals is also going to be helpful. And Sagan have got 26 and Reds have got 25, whereas Frontale have got 31, Antlers have got 34, and even Gamba, who are coming up from way below, have got 27 goals. So I think if Gamba can sneakily can keep that defence strong, then they will sneakily, see that's what I was going to say, sneakily, they will sneak in and grab the championship, as I said on the J-Talk podcast about 3 weeks ago, when everybody laughed at me.
Do you think Gamba really can sneak away with the championship?
I really do think that
I actually think so too.
Because,
based on the last game we saw.
They were a bit rough, they were rebuilding before, and I expected them, to be honest, to be rebuilding all the way through this season, and then maybe next year go for it, because they've been Endo is still a class man in J1. Kono ain't too bad at all, but the older players, Hashimoto has moved to Vissel Kobe, Kaji has just moved to America, Chivas, which is a Regal team. Sorry about that. Futagawa is still coming on from the bench and putting in some lovely little performances for 10 or 15 minutes, but he's been moved away. And Myojin, defensive midfield, is also still there, but Gamba are quicker than I expected, bringing in the new guys, and right back Yonikura, left back O, and Fujiharu, centre back Nishino. They've definitely got the new guard is already coming in quicker than I expected, and excuse me. And the way they're playing, I reckon that they could actually. I was going to sneak the championship, but to be honest, the way they've played the last 5 games, they're probably not. They're probably not sneaking anymore, are they? People are
they're 10 points behind looking at this league table. 10
well,
points.
they are 10 points behind.
That's a lot to catch up on. I mean, are Urawa Reds, who we'll come to later, and Sagan Tosu, who we'll also come to later, going to drop enough points for Gamba to do their little sneaking routine and lift? I mean, they're clearly good enough at the moment, but it's just, can they carry on this winning streak forever? And can these other teams that are up the top lose that many points? That is my question. The big question. And
we'll give you an answer in about 3 months.
Perhaps we can try and answer it a bit later. But you still didn't answer my question about the goalkeeper, Higashi Gucci. I'm thinking, is he strong? He's strong enough for the J-League. But would he? I know you don't want to talk about him going abroad, but just say it happened. Would he be strong enough for Premier League Championship in the UK, for instance?
Yes. So moving on, Gamba Osaka 2, Yokohama F Marinos 0. We have a quick look at Yokohama F Marinos 2, and then we might cut this off and we'll put this in like 3 or 4 parts, okay?
Okay.
Because otherwise YouTube will get excited about it being more than 10 minutes or something. But Yokohama F Marinos, they won a couple of games to get out of it. They've drawn 3 in a row and now they've lost 1. So there was a mini revival a bit, but most of the fans that I speak to or hear from. The Yokohama F Marinos are looking for a new manager, or they should be. Yeah. He's so boring. Brings on the same substitutes with 5 minutes to go when it's too late. Makes the changes at the wrong times. And who is the manager? Pray tell. Pray tell, Mr. Higuchi. Higuchi. Another Gucci. Oh yeah, there's so many Guccis around. In fact, I haven't seen any of their shops yet. So I think Yokohama F Marinos need a new manager. Gamba Osaka will just continue as they are and will be challenging for the top. But when you look at Yokohama F Marinos' recent record, they've only lost 1 game in the last 5. That's hardly relegation form, although they've drawn too many. They've drawn 3. Yeah, they lost the last one. You're only it's not terrible, is it? I mean, that's sort of mid-table form, and they are 11th. It's not. Awful. There are stories that. Kengo Kawamata, who's not been playing for Albirex Niigata recently, for some reason. He's not injured. Who knows? Yokohama Marinos may be going for Kawamata. They've also signed up ex-Gamba Osaka Rafinha, who hasn't impressed too much yet, but he's only come on as a sub a few times. I think Rafinha, and if they get Kawamata, they won't have any problems staying up. But they're not going to set any houses on fire, are they? It's not going to be a Welsh cottage, are they? So I think if they change the manager, Afshin Goppi's available. We'll come to him later, of course. S-Pulse, bye-bye, Mr. Goppy. But I think he'd do very well at Yokohama F. Marinos. He'd do even better at Seleção Osaka, but that, again, is another story.
Which we'll come to
yes,
later. We're gonna scroll down to Kashima Antlers and Sanfrecce.
I'd say in part 2 of this never-ending we're going to talk about Kashima Antlers 5, Sanfrecce Hiroshima 1. Whoa! Don't go away.